Baily Strand, and this is the BS show. I'm in a backdrop of the woods today, and I'm going to be talking about last night's episode of The Walking Dead, which in all the 10 seasons, I would have to say was the most disturbing, with the scene with Alpha and Negan. Excuse me. Yeah. The whole show starts out, I believe, in the cave where they left off. I can't even really remember because it really wasn't a whole lot of a cliffhanger, but it was so dark, I couldn't tell what was going on, who was where. I got the gist of it, but it was really dark, and I couldn't hear anything. I had my TV turned up to like 89 on the volume, and then when the commercials came on, I blew my cats out of the room with the noise. So we get through that, and that was a little long and a little boring, but I'm upset with the Carol, Daryl. It was all good, and they had their connection going on that they always do, but then Carol apparently fucked up. Carol's not allowed to fuck up because she's saved so many people and she's a badass, but she can't have one weak moment. And I'm glad that she blew the thing up with a stick of dynamite. And I'm just not really invested in Connie and the other one. That's Magna. I'm not even sure it was so dark. I'm not even sure who was down in that cave. I mean, I don't want them to die because they're alright characters. They just haven't developed them enough yet for me to care. So, that being said, we go to Negan and Alpha. And Alpha's accent is very good, but it's very hard to understand. Tried to backtrack, rewind where I recorded several times to hear what she was saying. And she did do a really good job making Negan feel, kind of demasculating him in the woods there when she told him to take his clothes off and keep his eyes forward. And Negan is hot. I mean, who doesn't want to see a naked Negan scene? But this just was not what I expected. And I sure can't remember the one's name that plays Alpha, but she's actually, they make her up really horrific in the show, and that's good. But, when they showed her shoulders, and they were both naked, it was gross. It was just really gross. And a lot of people are like, oh, they both had their socks on. Well, that was just funny. I mean, that wasn't the problem. The problem was, I can't put my finger on it. The whole thing was a melding of a really sexy man and a really creepy-ass woman with the mask and the kiss. And you almost need to get yourself a psychiatrist after watching it to go through your feelings, because it was like a split second of, oh, he's so good looking, and look at her eyes, looking at him. And then they pull back and they've got these skinny, pasty bodies, and it's a bad shot, and I don't know if it's really them or if it's doubles. It doesn't matter, because it was disturbing, to say the least. It made me puke in my mouth a little bit, and I really enjoy a lot of the gross scenes in The Walking Dead. But none of them have ever done that to me. I could watch and put all the walkers through the grinder thing, and it looked like hamburger coming out, and I laughed at that. But this sex scene has fucked me up. I mean, the only thing they needed to add a little more diversity was to have Dr. Hook singing Sharon Knight together in the background. So, I'm not saying I didn't like the episode, but I'm gonna need some therapy. I'm Baily Strand, and this has been the BS Show. Sharing the night together, whoa, oh yeah, alright.